I was 23 years old in a brand new country trying to make it in the most competitive real estate market on earth. And somehow I built a six-figure business without spending a single dollar on paid leads. No Zillow, no Facebook ads, just strategy, hustle and building relationships from scratch. So if you are brand new to real estate or you're feeling like you're starting from zero, this is for you. Because if I did it with nothing, so can you. So let's talk about why I didn't buy leads. Simple, I couldn't afford it back then. And even if I could, I didn't want to be stuck on my phone chasing people. I realized even if I pay for these leads, I still have to call these people. So I'm basically paying to be rejected. I saw agents giving thousands on ads with no returns. Of course, there is a correct way to do it and you can in fact build your business from leads. But I felt if I had to do this, it has to feel authentic. It has to be relationship based, built on trust. That's when everything changed. I asked older and more experienced agents what should I do. They told me to write a list of everyone I know. Great tip, except the fact that I didn't know anyone in this country. So my first goal was simple. Meet people. As many as possible, as fast as possible. And the fastest way to do this was to call for sale by owners, experts, and to hold open houses. I mentioned how I never paid for Zillow leads, but Zillow also has free leads. They're called for sale by owners. When you think about sales and marketing, what is the goal behind every social media campaign, every ad, every call? Is to get face-to-face with people. It's simple as it sounds. And these first calls and those conversations were my first database. I would help sellers price their home correctly even if they didn't hire me to sell their house. These first calls and these conversations were my first database. I made my mission to bring value. I wasn't pushy. I wasn't trying just to close. I would help for sale by owners price their home correctly even if they would never work with me. And this is how I built trust with these people. And when a listing wouldn't sell, who is the first person they would call? Me. My goal was to get to first 50 people in my database, which I did pretty quickly. I also talked to strangers daily. Small talk that would quickly turn into what do you do for a living? And guess what? Everyone loves talking about real estate. This is the advantage we have as real estate agents. Everyone is our prospect. Everyone needs a place to live. I made sure to wear a suit most of the time so I look more credible. One of the listings I got was from a lady working in Starbucks. She complimented my suit and she asked me what do I do for a living. I told her I'm a realtor and I had a listing appointment nearby. She told me she's thinking of selling her house. I immediately asked her for her number and I asked what is the best time to call her. She said today after 5. So I called her after 5 and I got the listing. So all these people I met, I added them on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and I started posting. I skipped boring 5 tips for home buying content and I jumped immediately on results and social proof. Every time I would sell something or when I got under contract, I made sure to post it everywhere on socials and of course on the stories. Like I said, most new agents post generic stupid content. Information is out there and people are more educated nowadays. No one needs your 3 tips to sell your home for more money. Also, I made sure I look as professional as possible. My first step when I got my real estate license, even before making any calls, was to take professional headshots and to open my Google business. So I built my Google business page and I asked every single person I helped, even if they didn't close with me, for a review. Even if I just answered a question, I would say, hey, do you mind leaving a quick review about your experience? What is the first thing people do after you call them? Assuming they want to do business with you. They Google you to see if you're legit and to see your reviews and similar. For me, that built a social proof faster than anything else. Because if a stranger sees 10, 15, 20 good reviews about me, they're going to consider me as professional and they're going to give me a shot. And that's when I noticed something crazy. I wasn't chasing people anymore. They started coming to me. If you're watching this and you're new, just make sure to get to 50 to 100 people in your database. This will be your leverage and you'll see when you start closing deals, people will be referring you to each other and this is going to create a momentum. Let's talk about open houses for a second. I didn't have any listings on my own, obviously, so I called every agent in my company and I asked them if I can hold an open house for them. I started doing this every weekend, religiously, Saturday and Sunday, back to back. Now here's what most agents miss. They're only focused on buyers walking in, but I noticed something interesting. Most of people that showed up were not serious buyers. They were neighbors, just curious to check out what the house down the street looks like. That's when it clicked. I started bringing a small flyer with me, simple and clean. why you should list with me. And when neighbors stopped by and chat with me and they said, oh, we're just taking a look, I would smile and say, after I'm done here, I can stop by your house and let you know how much you can get for your house. No pressure. Hardest thing when getting started in this business is you have no idea what to do all day long, and that's completely normal. I was there as well. I needed to create a routine, something I can stick to, something that will prevent me from wasting time. Oftentimes we do something just to feel busy, but busy doesn't mean productive. Here's how my everyday looked. I would wake up, go to the gym, come home, change and go to the office. I was making calls and trying to schedule appointments. I was so bad at the beginning that I wasn't getting any. Then I would start messaging people on LinkedIn or Facebook. After that I would work on my social media, or I would just sit and read a book. When I was driving to appointment, I would listen to audiobooks, or I was watching YouTube videos about being a real estate agent. Similar videos you're watching right now. Daily I would try to come up with new ways of getting business and adding people to my database. But let me tell you something. One thing that changed everything for me was the confidence I was getting from doing all of these things. People can feel your confidence, they can feel your energy, especially in sales. The way you walk, the way you talk, everything matters. When I had my first listing and somebody calls me to ask me about the house, I would ask which one. Even if that was the only listing I had at that time, saying that made me feel more confident and more successful. But the truth is, without sales skills to convert those leads, they're worth nothing. So that's how I did it, and that's how you can do it too. And remember, when people say build your brand, they're not just talking about logos and colors. Your brand is the story people tell about you when you're not in the room. Everything you do counts. I want you to do me a favor. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and see you in the next video.